Hello and welcome to another Magic the Gathering video. So today saw the release of the new core set M14, and here we have a nice fat pack that I just got today. And nothing much has changed inside of these since the last one I opened. You get the player's guide with the visual encyclopedia. This box obviously can then be used as a card box. You get 9 Magic 2014 booster packs, an 80 card basic land pack, a special edition spin down life counter, and 2 deck boxes. I'll just show you some of the outside of the box there. We have Chandra on the front, and let's open this up. Okay, so first of all we'll take a quick look at our booklet. So with 2014 we're going to expect to see quite a lot of slivers here, and then in this guide and encyclopedia it basically goes through the different colours of Magic and gives you a sort of suggested deck to explore some of those ideas within the core set. So blue, black, red and green, and each deck example has the key planeswalker from that colour that's in the set. Then obviously, because again I've mentioned this is has a sliver theme to it, or slivers have returned should I say. There's a slivers deck, and then as they do with all of these booklets they have the 10 coolest Magic cards for this particular set. So we've got Chandra Pyromaster, Garruk Caller of Beasts, Archangel of Thune, Battle Sliver, Mutavault, Shadowborn Demon, Scavenging Ooze, Elite Arcanist, and that's Zathrid Necromancer, and Predatory Sliver. And then of course there's the actual card encyclopedia with representations of all the cards in the 2014 core set. And then at the very back you have an actual checklist. Okay, so let's now open up the rest of the box. So what we have inside. So these are our card boxes that they now have in all these fat packs. Just a quick look at the artwork on those. There's Garruk, and the other one, Chandra. So let's get these packs opened up, see what sort of pulls we're going to get. As you can see in this particular pack we've got all our lands. So what we'll do is we'll have a quick scan through the artwork on these. see the artwork nice and clear. So I'm just going to go through a few of these just so you can get a feel for the artwork they're using with the basic lands. It's not unusual with core sets for this artwork to have actually appeared before in a core set, so don't be surprised if you're familiar with Magic, you're seeing artwork that you've seen before here. That's pretty typical of core set artwork. Whereas the artwork in a expansion set tends to be much more based on the theme of the expansion set, and the artwork is sort of reflected in that. So with this you get sort of fairly generic look to the swamps, the mountains, the forests, the plains and the islands. And we can see it's starting to repeat itself now. Okay. So a nice useful set of lands there if you're just starting out in Magic and you don't have any lands to work with to do deck building. And just checking here, yeah, so there's 80 lands there. So let's get these boosters open. We can pull, and always this ever-present how to play Magic. One other thing in here as well, just before we open these packs. So here's our spin down life counter, 20-sided dice with the M14 logo on it there. It's a sort of mottled, with sort of green dye with mottled blue there. I don't know how clear that is on camera. So, booster time. So with any core set what you have is 50% of the cards in a core set are reprints of earlier cards from other sets and 50% are new cards. So Plummet, obviously if you play Magic you've seen that before, Master of Diversion, Shock, Archaeomancer, Brindle Boar, Scroll Thief, Silver Construct, also I keep saying silver, I mean Sliver Construct, Quag Sickness, Academy Raider, Solemn Offering. So moving on to our uncommons, Voracious Worm, Doomblade is in this core set, Barrage of Expendables, our rare slot is filled by Fiendslayer Paladin. So this is 1 colourless, 2 white for a 2/2. So let's see what extra abilities it has. It's got First Strike, so it deals combat damage before creatures without First Strike. It's got Lifelink on it, so damage you deal with this also causes you to gain that much life. And additionally, Fiendslayer Paladin can't be the target of black or red spells your opponents control. A mountain in our land slot, and advert there for 2014. So that's the advert for the electronic game, I believe. Jewels of the Planeswalker for this year. I think it was only released about a month ago. Okay, Festering Newt, another Master of Diversion, Time Ebb, Smelt, Root Waller is in this core set, Show of Valor, Spore Mound, Death Gaze Cockatrice, Act of Treason, Wild Guess, Staff of the Death Magus, so that's our first uncommon, Barrage of Expendables, Enlarge, and in our rare slot we have Savage Summoning, so this costs 1 green to cast. It's an instant. Savage Summoning can't be countered. The next creature card you cast this turn can't be cast. I'll start again. The next creature card you cast this turn can be cast as though it had flash. That spell can't be countered. That creature enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Swamp in our land slot and a goat token. Obviously something in the set must produce goats. Okay. Corpse Hauler, Cyclops Tyrant, Divination, Ring Flesh, Brindle Boar, Hive Stirrings, Advocate of the Beast, Sliver Construct, Scroll Thief, Quag Sickness, and moving on to uncommons, we've got Briar Pack Alpha in the core set, Diabolic Tutor, Howl of the Night Pack, okay, so our rare is Megantic Sliver. I think that is, yeah. So it's a 3/3, costs 5, colourless and 1 green to cast, and Sliver creatures you control get +3/+3. Island, and another advert for Jules deck. Or the Jules game, should I say. Ranger's Guile, Pitchburn Devils, Essence Scatter, another Ring Flesh, another Brindle Boar, Trained Condor, Blur Sliver, Shrivel, Fortify, Predatory Sliver, Woodborne Behemoth is our first uncommon, another Diabolic Tutor, Stonehorn Chanter, and our rare is Thorncaster Sliver. So for 4 and a red you get a 2/2 with the ability Sliver creatures you control have whenever this creature attacks, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Plains, and advert Friday Night Magic. Okay, Divination, another Plummet, Suntail Hawk, Zephyr Charge, Messenger Drake, Siege Mastodon, Charging Griffin, Ground Shaker Sliver, Minotaur Abomination, Thunderstrike, Staff of the Death Magus, so we're moving on to our uncommons here, Water Servant, Blessing, and here's our rare, which is Imposing Sovereign. So this is a 2/1 Costs 1 colourless and 1 white to cast. Creatures your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. Forest in our land slot and a sapling token. Next one. Okay, go. Verdant Haven. Child of Night. Rumbling Baloth. Archaeomancer. Mind Rot. Deadly Recluse. Striking Sliver. Celestial Flare, Glade Cover Scout, Briarpack Alpha, Phantom Warrior, so these are all our uncommons, Staff of the Mind Magus, our rare is Goblin Diplomats, so 1 and a red gives us a 2/1 with the ability tap, each creature attacks this turn if able, and we have a foil in here which is a foil Frost Breath. So that's a blue instant for 2 and a blue where tap up to 2 target creatures. Those creatures don't untap during their controller's next untap step. I think that was in the blue-white intro deck actually. There's our land, and just have an advert for Ultra Pro. Lay of the Land, Capuchin Knight, Essence Scatter, Armoured Cansrix, I think that is, Rumbling Baloth, Academy Raider, Coral Merfolk, Mind Rot, Hive Stirrings, Elvish Mystic, Rod of Ruin, so moving on to our uncommons, Battle Sliver, Artificer's Hex. Our rare is Liliana's Reaver, so 2 and 2 black, we get a 4/3 with Deathtouch. So if you're not familiar with Deathtouch, what it means is for this creature, any amount of damage this deals to a creature is enough to destroy it. Whenever Liliana's Reaver deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card, and you put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield tapped. So 2 things on that card there. Our swamp is our land. We've got a dragon token. These are very slippery. And we're looking out for that elusive mythic. So we're on our second to last pack. It's always nice to get at least 1 mythic rare in a fat pack. Plummet, Suntail Hawk, Zephyr Charge. I must admit I like the look of this core set already. There's lots of sort of useful cards in this, a lot of utility. Armoured Cansrix, called Cansrix, that might be. Rumbling Baloth, Hive Stirrings, Advocate of the Beast, Sliver Construct, Scroll Thief, Quag Sickness, Stillform Sliver, so moving on to our uncommons, Elixir of All Immortality is in the set, Brave the Elements is also in here, and this is our mythic, fun enough. Windreaver Sphinx, so this is 5 and 2 blue. I think this was one of the cards that was recommended by Wizards that was used to complement the blue-white intro deck that they've produced for the core set. So this is a 3/7 for 5 colourless and 2 blue. So it's got flying. Whenever a creature with flying attacks, you may draw a card. And that's any creature, notice there. Not just yours. There's our planes. And looks like that's advertising communities of some description. And limited play. Okay, our final booster. Ranger's Guile, Pitchburn Devils, Essence Scatter, Dark Favours in the set, Giant Spider and Pacifism, Fortify, Shrivel, Elvish Mystic, Coral Merfolk. Moving on to our uncommons, Wall of Swords is also in the set, Warden of Evos Isle, Congregate, so let's see what's in our rare slots. Tidebinder Mage, so this is a 2/2 for 2 blue. Creature Merfolk Wizard. When Tidebinder Mage enters the battlefield, tap target red or green creature an opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step for as long as you control Tidebinder Mage. We have our planes in our land slot and a slipper token. Okay, so that was the pulls for our booster packs in the core set. And that was the unboxing for the Magic 2014 core set fat pack. Thanks for watching.